Watch these bitches can watch me eat.
What's today? Wednesday?
It is Wednesday.
And there we are.
It is Wednesday.
Oh, there's Isaac. Isaac is here already.
What up, bitches?
I don't think we give Isaac enough credit in the chat because we're always talking about like Bronco Fett, Big Lovin', all those guys. But Isaac, man, he's always there, always.
You're always there for us, Isaac.
Mm-hmm. And we appreciate it. And now you get to watch me eat dinner.
I'll be there for you. So will Scott Rasmussen too.
Yep. Oh, there's Scott.
Yeah, what do you think? I said that randomly?
Maybe.
I'll be there for you.
This is the karaoke edition of the All Things Star Wars podcast.
I'm trying to get my. I am so fucking tired. Like, hey, you said you only got 3 hours of sleep. Like, I. It doesn't matter. I could sleep 12 hours or I could sleep 3 hours.
Still the same level of fatigue.
The fatigue throughout the day, man, is just awful. I'm like, I'm trying to think about like the pod, and I'm listening to Dune. By the by, there's a lot of Dune. Like I think we talked about the last pod a little bit, but like, there's a lot of like elements in Dune that I feel like George had to pick up and put into Star Wars, like as he was like thinking about the script and writing it, like just even like the word force as it's used in Dune, it's not used as like a religious thing, but there is this overlying like there's a lot of similarities. I'll just put it to you that way. You've never read
read a single Dune book. Yeah,
so you got to read the first one. It is a must read.
I like Sting.
No, fuck the movie. Don't watch that fucking movie. It's a bullshit movie.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. All of a sudden, everyone's here.
Oh, man. The floodgates have opened. Big Love in. We'll see him in 2 days.
Fucking can't. 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
2 days.
The studio's a fucking wreck, by the way. This place is a mess. So I hope you guys don't have very high standards for the way this place is going to look when you get here.
It'll be fine.
Well, it would have been better, but unfortunately I had to leave for the weekend, so we'll get through it.
Yeah, well, it'll be fine.
Did you like my description in the YouTube?
We'll fix it in post. I didn't. Top 5 hottest chicks in Star Wars. I keep wanting to touch the damn screen. We give a nod to the ladies of Star Wars universe with our top 5. Celebration of Women's History Month. Oh shit!
Yeah.
The views of Jason Roscom are not necessarily the views shared by the co-host Dave Martin.
Yeah, but he's got his own list, so
I do have my own list, of course.
He is complicit in this act of misogyny and sexism.
You're complicit.
Mm-hmm. We're almost ready. I just need to finish my dinner.
And I need to finish my list.
This is the level of preparation that Dave puts into the
motherfucker.
Show. Oh, it's your toast, by the way, today.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'll think of something.
Of course you will. See, the beauty of all this is this never really comes off in the show. Even when Dave has to do it live, it always comes off pretty smooth. So,
which Dave does it live majority of the time. So, what would I miss? Nothing as of yet.
That is correct, Scott. 99 and 100 will be with the refugees.
That was a unilateral decision, by the by. I was supposed to be thinking about it, and I guess he gave up on me.
Well, yeah, when Dave refuses to join the conversation, eventually we just have to make a decision without him.
All right. So it's not just the movies, right?
What are we talking about? Which part?
For the hottest chicks.
Oh yeah, it can be anything.
It can be anything.
Comics, TV shows, novels. I guess. I mean,
Well, I mean,
and I guess it also depends on like what do you define as hot? Is it purely looks? Is it attitude? Is it charisma? It's it's subjective. Hotness is subjective, obviously. Some people might think Ewoks are hot. So I'm just saying.
are you one
Not
of those
me.
people, Jason?
Well, I
Like-
did see a picture on Facebook recently.
Get the fuck out of here.
You didn't see the midget Ewok thing?
Oh yeah, well yeah, I did. That's right, because then there was the Ewok porn.
Oh my god. Better than a knife, I guess.
Oh, speaking of, so I put a new blade on my old EDC.
It looks brand new.
Yeah, the blade. It was off eBay, fucking ridiculously cheap for as expensive as this knife is. It was just, and the fact that if I had sent it in to get service, they probably would have kept it because I'm not active duty anymore.
Yeah.
So, and it, auto opens are illegal. But yeah, fucking
Wait.
cut the shit out of myself with this fucking thing. this bandage on my finger. There's I sliced the motherfucker open as I was trying to get the spring reset. God damn it.
Dave's a mess.
My manager picked on me for using EDC today. Why? Why would you get picked on for that?
What's EDC? Erectile dysfunction? I don't know.
No, Jason.
What are we talking about?
Everyday carry.
What is that? Are we talking like handguns, like concealed carry?
It could be handguns. It's usually knives. Like, oh, this is my everyday carry. Jason doesn't carry knives.
No,
he doesn't get it.
Clearly not. I'm a pacifist.
What the fuck that doesn't have to do with it? What's it? That means nothing, Jason. Nothing at all.
Well, of course, because I was being disingenuous.
What's with the big fucking words today? My brain hurts.
I went out to California for the weekend, so.
Oh, it made you smarter?
Maybe. Well,
probably
compared to everybody else in the fucking town, I was a lot smarter. Not my family though. I love my family. Everybody else in town though.
Oh, where that was Plasma, right? Plasma had that one fucking thing.
Captain Plasma?
Yeah, Plasma's on your list. I know she is. Especially because she's going to be in episode 9.
She is not going to be in episode 9.
What?
Not. $5 is calling my name.
I think it's only $4, but whatever. It is what it is.
There's 2 $5 fucking bills on here.
Oh, is there? What's the other money for?
I don't fucking. John Gruden.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure I won that one too.
What was my silly bet on that one?
That you thought he was going to be fired this offseason.
God damn it. Fucking Gruden.
I'm pretty sure he's going to survive.
Always have a knife on hand. No sex points for Jason. I agree. Yeah, you always have to have a knife.
Do I?
Always.
Have I ever needed one?
No, you know why? Because I've been around. I have it for you.
Yeah, that's true. Dave's my muscle.
Actually, I have 2 on me almost all times.
Yeah.
Even when I'm in gym shorts, I have at least a small one.
Why though?
Because I'm a man.
I guess.
God, these questions.
All right, we ready to start?
God, did you even have sock? No, you didn't. And I know you didn't. You should have, though.
I'm not going to justify that with a response.
Jason. You need a 5th. It's tough to decide.
Yeah, I've actually got 2 honorable mentions.
There's a fuck ton of honorable mentions, but I mean, these stuff I need to be solid.
And this is it, right before we go live. He's finalizing his list. And that well, hello guys. Heard something about Dark Tales of Destiny. That's a Star Wars fan film, and that looks awesome. You can take a look at the Instagram page if you want. I will keep that in mind. And at well. Bronco Fett's got a good quote from Michael Scott. I love the crap out of women.
All right, I got my list.
You good?
As good as it's going to get for right
Alright.
now, anyway. Until I find something better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do it live. We got some early banter and stuff to get through before we actually get to the list. It's probably going to be a short episode, though. I know I say that all the time. This one really might be a short episode.
We said that last time it was 2 hours.
Well, I'm not drinking alcohol, so
And we're starting before 6. So
we'll see.
ready, set, go.
Hold on. Jesus.
Go.
No way. Gotta get my stopwatch.
Ready, set, go.
Jesus Christ. All right. Your toast.
Go.
30 seconds of silence starting now.
To our grandfathers.
To our grandfathers.
To the couple of the best men to ever have lived.
Damn right. Continuing our somber tone from last week.
Well, listen.
But it's important.
It is important.
Yeah. And we'll get into mine a little bit when we get into my week, though. I know your grandfather. Are you referring to the one who also served in?
He did. He was part of the liberation of Corregidor and was, did a lot of things.
Yeah.
Did a lot of things.
You look a lot like him too, from all the pictures I've seen.
Yeah,
so,
it's weird. It's
yeah.
weird. There's like a
heavy family resemblance.
So I was looking at 2 pictures on my phone between me and him, and it was without the beard. And I just like scrolling through favorites, and like I saw a picture of him, and I scrolled a couple times, saw a picture of me. I'm like, huh. I went back and looked, and like, yeah, this. He had good hair. I don't have good hair.
At least you have hair.
Yeah, I don't. It's trying to recede. Hoping it doesn't recede any further than this.
No,
but I blame this on a lifetime of wearing hats. So
I can see that.
But anyway, yes, striking family resemblance, especially during the parts of the viewing, where there was pictures of him, especially in uniform. It's just like, holy shit, that guy looks a lot like me.
Yeah. Well, shit, I remember seeing a picture of him years ago, probably around the time we first met. You had that picture of him in a cockpit of
that Crash P-38.
Yeah. And I'm looking, is that Dave? No, that picture's too old to be Dave. Who is that?
Yeah, it was that was him.
Yeah.
Just amaze balls.
Yep. So yes, to all the grandfathers out there, living or passed on. So, hello everyone, and welcome back to All Things Star Wars, the greatest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. I'm Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I'm catching up.
Yes.
I am woefully behind on my setup here.
Yeah.
And I will be distracted for at least the first 5 minutes of this.
Okay, nice. And you might want to answer Big Lovin' in the chat because I think he's getting upset with you.
Is it for me?
I think so. I don't think it's for me.
All I see is no sex points for Jason. Oh, because he doesn't carry a knife.
You don't see shirt size?
And my wife just called.
Oh,
nice. I'm doing a podcast. Oh, stand by. We're calling her back.
All right, we're doing it live.
We are doing it live.
This is not going to go well.
Hey, I'm doing a podcast.
Oh.
Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody. Bad timing. I guess I gotta ask for money, so I'll talk to you later.
Take money. You're fine.
$1,000?
Good luck.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, love you too. Bye.
Riveting stuff there.
Yeah.
So hopefully that comes out in the audio version.
$1,000? Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Fuck it.
Well, shit, might as well make it 100,000 at that rate.
Yeah. Well, let's not get crazy.
Yeah, right. Okay, so anyway, back on track here. What are we talking about this week?
This week let me read it from I keep touching my fucking laptop screen like an asshat. Like it's my fucking I'm gonna quote Jason Roscom at Darth Roscom on Instagram and on other medias, so you can really just debase him. In celebration of Women's History Month, we give a nod to the ladies of Star Wars universe with the top 5 hottest chicks in Star Wars list.
Woohoo!
This is like the Maxim list of Star Wars.
Yeah, so we are talking about the top 5 hottest chicks in Star Wars in celebration of Women's History Month. Now I know there's
or in celebration of the fact that when we are starving for topics, we go with top 5 lists.
That is true, but the top 5 lists are always fun. You got to admit that these episodes are some of the best ones.
I agree.
And honestly, I know there's a lot of people out there. Oh my God, they're objectifying women and judging them by their looks. Fucking grow up, people. Everybody judges everybody else by their looks. Okay, men judge each other by their looks. Women judge each other by their looks. Men judge women, and women judge men. Fucking deal with it, okay? Because first impressions are everything, and most of us that have vision actually, our first impression of somebody is how they look, their appearance. So
this is in fact true. We are genetically predisposed to being attracted to women, most of us.
Yep.
And that's so we're going and listen. If Leia wouldn't have been in a bikini if it wasn't for the fact that she had breasts.
Yes, and in fact, I think in honor of that, we should put our Black Series Leia in the slave outfit just right here on display, so everybody can see for the remainder of the show. So,
is it blocked by your iPad there? No, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, we're good. So, yeah, and again, women have other attributes too. They do have brains and intelligence and everything else. And maybe someday we'll do the top 5 most intelligent women in Star Wars, but not this week. This week, it's the hottest women.
This could honestly, it could be the same list.
It could be.
These are highly intelligent women in Star Wars.
That's right.
They listen. How many dumb women have we come across in Star Wars?
None really. Well, maybe Ula, the
dancer. We don't know how smart she was. I mean, she got rolled up. Look, she made some bad decisions.
Yes.
And she ended up in Jabba's palace. She was there against her will. It's probably a little human trafficking going on with Twi'lek slave girl. True. And then now she's bantha fodder. So can't do much for you there, Ula. But she may have made the list though. You don't know. She may have made the list.
Maybe
that might have been some of the first side boob that people have seen
in their lives.
Their lives, yeah.
As young 6 and 7 year olds,
in their young lives.
All right. Anyway, before we get to our top 5 lists, got a couple other things to get to.
Jesus, we went right to the tits and ass of the portion of this fucking podcast.
Yeah, fuck it. That's what we do. It's our thing. So, episode 100, right around the fucking corner. Literally, I can see it from here.
I am not ready. I'm not ready.
Oh, no, I don't think I am either.
I'm not ready.
And unfortunately,
the pressure. There's so much fucking pressure. It's like, oh my God, like this. We're gonna have to do this like in front of real people.
Yeah,
like
people who might have an expectation of
us. That's right. There's all right, it's the chat or whatever. Like, fuck off, blah blah blah. We're doing it live. But then there's like going to be like people just like staring and like expecting like, oh my God, we have to perform. Like, it's just
and we've had guests before, but they've been our buddies, guys that we know.
Yeah, we know those people. Like, and not to, I mean, honestly, these are perfect strangers.
Yeah. Though I feel like we've gotten to know them
perfect strangers. Well. Perfect strangers. Not like what's this nuts?
Pinky and
not like those perfect strangers. Yeah. Not with like weird sexual tension and like kind of making fun of like foreigners. Like
kind of.
There was a lot.
Kind of making fun of foreigners.
The early 90s, man. They got away with some.
No, that was 80s. Man.
Was that the 80s?
That was the 80s.
Fuck. All right, we're really dating ourselves now.
I know,
anybody who knows who Balky is knows that they're dating stuff. And remember that Balky was in Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yes.
Anyway, but we digress. So episode 100 is almost here.
Deep deep.
Yeah, the refugee caravan is almost pulling into New Jersey. So yeah, we got some shit to do. And again, apologies. The studio is going to be a wreck.
Studio will be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be a miracle.
So
it's going to be a Christmas miracle. I forgot if I gotten home, I would have brought my saw. That was going to be the intro. I was like, fucking sawing the table in half.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Or we can do it for episode 99.
We could do it for episode 99.
Anyway.
Studio renovation for episode 99.
So I feel like, and listeners and those of you in the chat, correct us or back us up. I really think it might be time to start getting caught up on Resistance. So we watched the pilot episodes of Resistance. Fairly entertaining, nothing terribly cosmic. And based on the timeline, I was really not that interested in where it was going. But it is kind of caught up to the movies now. The Resistance show appears to have caught up to the movies. So now we're kind of running concurrently with Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
Okay, and you know this how?
People posting shit on Facebook.
All right, fair enough.
Spoilers.
Well, there is. Well, I know they have that Resistance, like on the Star Wars channel on Facebook. They do have like a Resistance kind of like update. So I guess you could catch up with that. God, I haven't been that interested in it.
Me, that's why I haven't watched it.
I just haven't watched it.
But I feel like, well, of course,
Bronco Fett is, of course, telling us to catch up with Resistance. So
this is the same guy.
Yeah. You gotta watch Clone Wars. Gotta watch Clone Wars. And we're like starting to watch Clone Wars. Like, fuck Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That meme you posted the other day was the fucking best.
Oh, the one about like
I don't know if I'm strong enough to continue to watch Clone Wars.
Well, yeah, because like seasons 1 and 2 of Clone Wars are just like morale killers.
It was just tough, man. It was just tough.
It's brutal to get through some of that. So we'll see how the later seasons go. But I was more referring to him saying, "Oh, you got to read the Poe Dameron comics." You know, oh, I got to read Poe Dameron. It's like we read Poe Dameron up to like I don't know issue 12 or some shit, and it's just like, ugh, really. So I don't know.
Where the fuck is it?
Where the fuck is what?
Never mind. Sorry.
Might have to add Tourette's to Dave's growing list of problems.
That's
so. Anyway, I just happened to
may already be on the
see some stuff on Facebook. I guess they reenacted the entire fucking General Hux's Hitler speech right before they fucking shot off Starkiller Base. You know, where he's doing his fucking and you know. And
what did you say?
Well, that's basically what Hux was doing in
the
fucking
Jordan.
Yeah.
What?
You know, we talked about it when we reviewed The Force Awakens. Is the whole?
Yes, we know it was like a Hitler-like speech, but he never said the word Jew.
I don't know.
In it. Why did you do that? Oh my God,
it's my thing. It's what I do.
Jason. Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, so they recreated that in Resistance. Apparently.
Where's the fucking search option in this?
What are you doing over there?
I have to find a comic. There, what bullshit? All right, I got it. Anybody who's fucking cares, I got it. Nobody cares.
I'm just observing at this point.
Oh, Jason. All right.
So,
go ahead, continue. I told you for at least the first 5 minutes this I was going to be distracted.
Oh my God. I thought you finished your list.
I did finish my list.
So funny story. As I had the notes open as I was creating these in our Google Drive, apparently I left it open on my computer and my wife saw it because she loves fucking bad puns. And she wrote right in the middle of my fucking notes a fucking Star Wars pun that I didn't notice until we got in here to start recording. So I'm going to go ahead and read it just for the hell of it.
Do it.
Where do you take a sick tauntaun? To a hospital.
It is funny. It is funny.
No, it's
That's
not.
funny. Come on.
I don't know.
It's funny, Jason. You know it's funny.
Anyway,
bad puns are supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be funny.
So there's a million fucking rumors flying around out there right now about video game companies and the fucking Old Republic movies and things like that. I'm not going to comment on any of that shit until we get official word. And honestly, all of this stuff I think is going to be held until Celebration. Like, I don't think we're going to hear a fucking lick of Star Wars news.
It's a celebration
until the Celebration in April. So
it's a celebration, bitches.
if any of these rumors are indeed true, I think that's where we're going to get the announcements. And I'm just not going to talk about it until then because it's right now it's all on the clickbait sites, which I'm not even going to reference. So that is that.
That's a celebration.
Yes, you said that all right.
Yes, okay, there's that one. Don't mind me.
Yeah. So anyway, are you ready to get into our week?
Yeah.
All right. So moving right into our weeks. First, I was in California all weekend, as we talked about last weekend. My grandfather passed away, so I went home back to Bakersfield and did the funeral. Saw a bunch of family. Saw family and people that I have not seen in over 20 years, and it was a really good experience. I'm really glad I went. Obviously it was sad, but we kind of treated it like a celebration, also like a celebration, and I think it was a good way to kind of put some closure on things, and I'm ready to move on. But yeah, it was good going home. Fucking weather was beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking 82 degrees on Monday. I think it was 80 degrees yesterday. And I got to run outside and actually enjoy some warm weather before coming back to the fucking frozen white north of New Jersey.
Oh, it's not white. There's no snow. And it's just fucking miserable. It's just that it's that kind of cold where it's just like, all right, just fucking either get cold enough to fucking snow or get warm enough so the fucking grass can grow.
Yeah.
Just get out of this fucking 38 degrees. Like, oh, we had a heat wave and it was like 46 degrees, but there was still like a 20-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
So like you go outside, you're like, oh, look, it's, as long as you're standing in the sun, you don't feel like you're fucking freezing to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm over it. I'm over the fucking winter.
Yeah. I would be willing to bet that if you listen to the episodes of the podcast from about this time last year,
we're saying the same as that fucking
same shit. So,
well, listen, I am a firm believer in that in order to enjoy the summer, which I truly enjoy the summer, I always have.
Mm-hmm.
In order to enjoy the summer, you have to endure the winter.
But it doesn't mean you have to suffer during the winter. I mean, you can have tolerable winters and still enjoy the summer. But I feel like the winters up here are just suffering now. That's all it is. You're getting by and you're suffering for 5 to 6 months. But fuck me, what do I know, right? So
I don't even know what you're talking about.
While I was home, I played episode 96 for my dad of the podcast,
right?
Because we were talking about baseball. Baseball is like my dad's sport. He will watch football. He's not a huge football fan. Loves baseball. He's loved baseball his whole life. So I played the beginning of that episode where we were talking about baseball and all that. Which, by the way, did you see Mike Trout sign some fucking ridiculous contract?
Just enormous. The best this morning, the Philly Daily News, the cover was, it was like, Philly Future or the Future Philly or whatever. It had a picture of Trout and had a big line through it. It said, never mind. Yeah. Like 12 years, $430 million or some shit like that. Yeah. Trout's living the good life right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be able to afford all of those fucking, that's season ticket that he has in the end zone at the fucking link
games,
for the Eagles games. So good on you. Good on seeing a local kid, for somebody that spent most of my life in New Jersey, and this kid, this product in New Jersey grew up.
Yeah, he made it out. And made it big.
30, 40 minute drive from here.
What the fuck?
Hello.
Holy shit. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I accidentally closed the notes and I accidentally pulled up a previous recording.
Hello.
Yes.
So stupid. Anyway.
So yeah. Played that for my dad. He thought it was hilarious. He really enjoyed it. He doesn't even have a smartphone, so there's really no way he can listen to the podcast otherwise. My mother saw me. I wore my All Things Star Wars tank top one day when I was like out running and stuff, and my mother saw it, and she's like, "I want one of your shirts. I didn't know you guys had shirts." So we have to get a shirt.
Did you direct her to the website? It's like,
I told her we sell them on Teespring. She's like, "Just get me one." I'm like, "All right."
What size is she?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Don't touch that. I got shit on top.
Well, no, but there's t-shirts in there.
I know.
So send her one.
I know.
Fuckhead. Jeez.
I'm just telling a story here about the podcast and Star Wars.
Is this the part of the podcast where Jason tells stories?
It's our week. Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough.
So besides that, got a lot more reading done in the last Darth Bane book. I would guess about 60% through. So it's getting good. It's really cool too, because without giving much in the way of spoilers, there's 4 stories that are going on kind of concurrently, and you can see them all starting to come together. And it's like, oh, I can see all 4 of these like coming together into one.
It's such a good series.
Yeah.
Did you know? Okay, this is a Darth Bane sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Bane is canon?
What?
Bane is canon. So I was reading something today that Darth Bane appeared in the Clone Wars.
Shut the fuck
in a
up.
vision from Yoda.
No fucking way.
What? Yes.
What season?
It was like season 6.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I was looking at it today. Fact is, I'll bring it up on Wikipedia.
No shit, because that was one of the things. I always thought Bane was no longer canon.
No,
so
I'm gonna throw it right here. Darth Bane Clone Wars. Darth Bane's only on-screen appearance happens when he appears as a ghost to Jedi Master Yoda in the animated series Star Wars: The Clone Wars. He was voiced by Mark Hamill.
Get the fuck out.
I shit you not, it's right here.
That is awesome. Okay, well, that's cool.
Bane is fucking canon.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yes, Bronco Fett, we know. Watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Fuck us.
I know. Where we just talking shit about
one more fucking reason that we really, really need to be watching fucking Clone Wars.
Yeah. So also in this Bane book, there was a really unique but somewhat accurate astronomy thing that I was...
Jason, don't forget to do the astronomy thing.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. So there was a point where he had to go to one of the deep core worlds, which if you look at a galaxy and you look at the layout of a galaxy, as you get closer to the center of the galaxy, more and more stars clustered together, hence more and more planets together. And he described like how hyperlanes couldn't really survive very well inside of the core worlds because it's too dangerous, like too much volatile shit going on, things too close together. And it's talking about him trying to traverse this and all that, and it was just gave me more reason to like, we need to fucking talk like, the Star Wars galaxy, and we need to have a whole fucking astronomy. Like,
I'm working on the whiteboard because I want to get a whiteboard that we can put on like a tripod here.
Yeah,
because how I am like when I'm teaching something, I'm like really good at just getting something visual on there to teach to.
Yeah,
so I think that'd be perfect for the show.
Yeah, but yeah, he was talking about like having to go to a core world planet that nobody had been to in like 10,000 years because like the fucking hyperlane broke and nobody bothered to try to replot a course to this fucking planet. So it was a planet that had been in isolation for centuries.
It's funny, like when you talk about stuff like that, it's like having like all these ships. Think about in Han Solo, right? When L3 was getting the coordinates and like programming a Navicomputer and shit like that.
Yeah,
like it's basically like, all right, the fucking galaxy's mapped out, but you have to get the map. And you might not get the whole map, so the Navicomputer is like a GPS that doesn't have the full update,
right.
So you can get to some places, but the other places, we know they exist, but don't necessarily how to get there.
Right. And you got to remember the enormity of the galaxy, because a standard galaxy is pretty fucking big. Even when you can travel at the speed of light, it's really fucking big. So, but that we will save.
We
will save that for our Astronomy of Star Wars podcast. Besides that, Kristen got a few things at the thrift store for me. So I wanted to...
Thrift store! We haven't had a thrift store thing in forever.
First, for a couple of bucks, we've got the so popular Clone Wars, the movie. Speaking of Clone Wars.
She overpaid.
Yeah, I think it was like $2. But this is the DVD of the original Clone Wars movie, the theatrically released Clone Wars, which was then released on
you
DVD.
Wonder if you can still get your digital copy.
I should try. It's still in there. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. So hooray!
Clone Wars. See, we did watch that Clone Wars.
Yes. Oh God, we did. Yes, we did. This, I don't know if we'll ever take it out of the fucking box, but it's a Star Wars trivia game, ages like 2 to 8. So it's some cheapo, probably super easy questions. Kids trivia game. Who knows? Maybe when I have grandkids, I'll fucking pull it out and play Star Wars trivia with them.
Don't pull it out with your grandkids. It's gross.
Dude, why do you have to go there?
You opened the door. Doesn't mean I can't even. I was hoping to read like the thing. In Return of the Jedi. What? Wait. In Return of the Jedi, Louis lightsaber is the color. Oh, Luke's lightsaber is the color what?
Green.
Yes. Those are the nature of the questions.
Yeah. So pretty easy.
Yeah, I feel like I need a new prescription too, and I was able to fucking make out that like glob of fucking writing.
And the last thing was, so it may look just like a normal mug. Well, it's a little like pyramid shaped. Got a stormtrooper there. But the cool thing about this is, especially for those of you watching on YouTube, if you look at that, that is actually the background image on our YouTube channel. That First Order Stormtrooper.
That's right.
Like,
it is.
after fucking Thanos snapped his finger, apparently, and he's like, fading away. So that is, that. And it's a mug. She paid $3 for this. So
very
thank
cool.
you, dear.
You are a drinker of things out of mugs.
I am. I do drink a lot of things out of mugs. Like, I don't know if I would want to use this as like a beer stein or like a coffee mug.
That's not a whole lot of beer in there.
It's very awkward. It's like the handle's awkward. The shape is awkward. It's actually kind of small. You can't fit a lot in there. So
you know what would make excellent? Like you could put it on your desk and put like pens and pencils in it.
Oh, there you go.
Because I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so that's what ends up happening to my mugs.
Yeah,
you get pens and pencils in it.
So that's that. That's my week. What about you, Dave?
So what about my week? What day is it? It's
Wednesday.
So I don't remember. This has been a legitimate thing. Like I like every night last week was like lodge. Ooh, Kate would like to FaceTime.
All right, here we go.
Hang on.
This is Dave's week right here.
This is my week. It's connecting. She should know better. Actually, she wouldn't. It's Wednesday. It's a weird night to do the podcast. It's still trying to connect. So really, I didn't do much anything, which was actually good. It was my week off from school.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like, it's not like a spring break, but it was like in between semesters. And as it turns out, the way my classes were run, it never connected. The way my classes were run, I don't have to take calculus this semester. I'm going to have to take calculus the last class of my degree.
Wow.
So it'll be like in the late summer, I'll have calculus and it'll be by itself.
That's good.
It'll be the last
you can focus
class.
on that. And
can focus on it entirely. So that actually worked out pretty well. And yeah, I played some Old Republic.
Oh, nice.
And I was working on advancing myself into the storyline. See, the tough part I have for Old Republic is I want to put I want to do all the side stories and stuff, but at the same time I want to advance the story. I kind of want to see what happens.
I get that way a lot.
So I get like caught up in like, oh, I went and talked to this guy. Now he's got these side missions. Like, I don't want to do these, but fuck it, they're right here.
Yeah.
Like, you open up the map and they're right over there. So they get all fucking involved in that. And I don't have that much time to sit down and play the game. So now I've wrapped myself up around these side missions and never actually got advanced into the story. So, but I'm trying to play it. I will fully admit, like, because last week was just there's so much shit going on. I had my big event at the lodge on Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday I did fucking nothing. I sat in a fucking chair almost the entire day. I played Red Dead Redemption.
Nice.
Just because I didn't have to playing Old Republic. Like I have to be at the desk. I have to be on the computer.
You have to be a little more active. Like a game like that, you can kind of just lounge, relax.
Yeah, Red Dead, I'm just like I'm riding a fucking horse for the next 20 minutes. So I'm like, sleeping, dogs in my lap. It was just
something soothing about that.
Yeah, I needed a couple days where I just wasn't doing anything, just to try and recover. And it's been tough. It really has.
Yeah, you need days like that too, where you can just fucking relax and just like veg out and not do a goddamn thing.
You do. I'll tell you one thing, and it's for another podcast, I think, but.
Trouble?
I'm trying to understand the text. Did the table actually shake when the train went by?
It does sometimes.
That's funny. The trying to figure out why my wife needs $1,000. So that's still in my banging around in my brain.
It sounded to me like she was joking.
Yeah, but the text change would lead you to otherwise. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Old Republic side quests.
Oh yeah, just
you vegged out on the couch.
Yeah, just I wish this is when I really wish that, like, when I'm playing like something like Red Dead and I'm thinking about it, like, God, I wish Old Republic was like this, because it's the same kind of fucking game.
Kind of
really
open world, kind of go out,
go out, do this adventure. It's storyline. It has some online interaction that you can have, but for the most part, you can go, and it's this huge fucking story. It's this huge world.
Mm-hmm.
I continually impressed by how good Old Republic is for just as a game. Like, I'm impressed by how much is put into that game.
Yeah,
as far as storylines and everything else.
Well,
and I'm in it. I'm a fucking fetus inside this game right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if you know this, but when it was released in 2012, I think that's when it came out. Well, whenever it was released, it was the most expensive video game ever made at that point.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's been surpassed since then.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the graphics are good, but it's not like
a lot of it was the dialogue.
Yeah, between the dialogue and just the options.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate, like, choose your own story or choose your own adventure book. You know what I mean? So however you answer a question is going to, like, lead to this and lead to that. Yeah. Treat this person like a shitbag, and then it leads to this answer.
Or treat her well and you can bang her later.
Yeah, well, I still haven't gotten to that part. But anyway, yeah, it's so it's been good. Time is flying by, and I am, like, in a constant daze. I'm looking forward to doing the Bane book, though. Oh, and I'm listening to Dune. Still, it's like a 28-hour long audiobook. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I could have read the book 4 times. But I've said this about the last audiobooks, and this particular audiobook, I would not recommend it because I'm using Audible. I don't know that there's other versions of Dune, but this one, like, the voice isn't consistent. Like, some of them, like Thrawn, right? It's the same guy doing the voices, right? Yeah. But it also has, like, the like effects and shit like
all
that.
The production quality.
Yeah. This one has, like, it has the same guy doing a voice, and then it changes into a couple other voices, but then that guy comes back and voices the characters that were voiced by the other people. And it kind of jumps back and forth, and it drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, that does sound weird.
For a book that I know, and I'm like, really, I'm still gonna finish it. But anyway, I bring up Dune because I still think, and I said last week, that there's a lot of correlation between, like, the sci-fi that's in Dune and the space opera that is Star Wars. I think there's a lot of connections you can make there.
Yeah. When was the original Dune written?
It was 68, I think.
Okay, so
that's because we looked it up, I think, last week. I think it was in the 60s. It was definitely before Star Wars.
Was that the week I was shit-faced? Because I have no memory of this.
Listen, man,
I'm talking about Dune or looking it up. Or...
If you asked me legitimately what happened on Monday, I couldn't tell you.
Fair enough.
We could probably get there to a point where I would remember, but
Okay, well, we don't need to burn any more brain cells trying to get to that point. No. So,
or airtime,
yeah,
for that matter.
Exactly. So, anything else for your week?
No, God, no. I was fucking spitballing to get it that far.
All right. Well, we are going to hop right into our top 5 list then.
What?
All right. So, how do you want to do this? Do you want to start or do you want me to? Because whoever starts, I think, is also who finishes. Hold on. You, me, you, me. Yeah, fuck, I don't know.
Why the knuckles?
I don't know.
Why?
It's also how you count the months.
I never learned that trick.
Oh yeah,
I never learned that.
I learned that shit in like 3rd grade, and
I was deprived. I was the deprived child. It's probably because my ADD was undiagnosed as a child. Had me up walking around or drawing shit, like, in my books, not paying attention. What are you looking for now?
All right, Sofa King podcast side up is you go first. Blank side, I go first.
Why don't you let's find a fucking coin?
Do you have a fucking coin?
I don't know, but what the hell just happened? It's on its side, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Hang on.
I don't keep money on me anymore. If you can't buy it with a debit card, then you don't fucking need it.
That street meat.
Again, don't need it.
Listen, health boy. I know I have a fucking coin in here. Play the hold music while we're waiting for me to find this shit. I don't hear the hold music.
I don't have it queued up.
Well, I mean, you can hum something. First, Jason, use your imagination. I swear to God,
This is
there's a
awful.
fucking coin right there. You go first.
All right, I'll go first.
Jesus Christ. Did you actually? You're going to put it on hold?
I think I am, just because that was so awkward.
That was awkward.
And the audio audience is going to be like, "What the fuck?
We've already been on for an hour.
What are these fucking retards doing?"
We've already been on for an hour.
Yeah,
We haven't said shit.
I know. All right, top 5 lists. So, as we mentioned before, we are talking about the top 5 hottest chicks in Star Wars, and this is not limited to the movies. This can be TV shows, fucking comic books, regular books. If words turn you on. So we're going to hop right into it. You said I'm going to start.
You are going to start.
All right. My number 5. Speaking of books, I'm going with Mara Jade.
Good choice.
She has had some depictions, like in either
Right.
book cover art, or she's been in a couple of comics. There have been like visual depictions of her.
Mhm.
And for some reason, like lately, over like the past like 6 months, I've really been into redheads lately. Like I follow a couple of really good hashtags on Instagram. Like one of my favorite porn stars right now is a redhead. So, it's I don't know. Redheads are really doing it for me right now. So that was never a thing for me before, but for some reason it has been lately. And as I was, researching hot Star Wars chicks, Mara Jade was there. I'm like, yeah, she's worthy of.
Yeah, no, she's her. Well, it's like you said, like if you have a thing for redheads, like, I have a thing for redheads as well. I couldn't tell you porn stars or anything, but okay.
Elle Alexandra.
I'll Jesus Christ. I don't participate in such things. However, no, I'm trying to read Bronco Fetzing.
Yeah, me too.
No, that's a great. See, here's the thing about the books, right? And Others Deserving Mention is a book character for me.
Okay.
The cover art depiction never gave it its due.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's like, I know this isn't going to be on anybody's list, but when Jason Solo hooked up with that fucking princess whose name I can't remember. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one he had the kid with.
Yeah. That you imagine her as being this like incredibly beautiful woman, and that's just what. That's the image. That's the image that you have. No actress or anything else is going to portray that. You just develop this image. If it's a good writer, then you're going to your imagination is going to take you there.
Oh yeah.
And Mara Jade did the same thing. You see her on some covers where she's got like really, really purple hair, not necessarily red. I never bought into that. I thought she was more like the green-eyed, red hair.
Yeah.
Just
the
like
green eyes. Yeah.
Strikingly beautiful. Hand of the Emperor.
Yeah, and her level of badassery helps also,
exactly.
Like up until the point where she got like sick and everything. But
the Emperor's hand. I mean, what the fuck? Somebody who could wield a lightsaber like that and almost bested Luke.
Yeah.
Like damn near did.
Yeah. Technically she kind of did.
Yeah, I mean, really.
If you read the Heir to the Empire books. But anyway, so yeah, that's my number 5, Mara Jade.
That's a great number 5.
All right. Your number 5.
My number 5 is Ventress.
Ooh.
Ventress. There's something about the interaction with Ventress and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Like the flirting and everything else. And she just like there's like a slinkiness to her. And there's just something sexy about her.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of Obi-Wan, that's one thing that I have noticed as we've been watching Clone Wars. I think Obi-Wan was laying some pipe in the galaxy, because it wasn't just her; it was that fucking Mandalorian chick, and who the fuck knows who else?
Yeah, Obi-Wan. Let's. I was making fun of Jason last week. I think I don't know if it was on the pod.
He makes fun of me every week, so
that's not true. I don't make fun of you. I made maybe I do.
Yeah.
But no, we were talking about you were saying something about wanting the more Obi-Wan backstory, and I was like, oh, don't tell me you're falling into this fucking bullshit. But thing like it's not necessarily like from birth to Padawan. You know, you always assume that Obi-Wan showed up at the fucking, you know.
Oh yeah, we were talking about his history, his family,
history, his parents,
like
everything else. I want to know what the fuck he was doing to fucking, you know, start having all this side fucking hitting all this side ass.
Yeah,
you know, it's like holy fuck.
He was quite charming, you know. All he probably had to do was walk up to a lady and go, "Hello there,
hello there,"
and do
you like my laser sword?
Yeah. So, but Ventress,
I like Ventress. Ventress was my number 5.
She's a Ratataki, which is like the thin, kind of gray, bald,
big boobs.
Yeah.
Or at least how it's I mean, if you're gonna draw it.
And they're in the Old Republic too. They're a playable race.
Are they really?
Yep.
God, Old Republic, man. I consistently just makes me that much more into it.
Yep.
So my number 4.
Yep.
No, just Ventress. I mean, no pictures, no nothing. Just like I did this within the first fucking 10 minutes of the thing. Okay. So, which is actually for me going into this, honestly, it is a like, all right, who's my top 5? Blah, just putting it out there because that's probably more realistically my top 5.
Yeah.
Like if I really, really put deep thought into it, it's all like, oh, I really kind of like this and I really kind of like that. You know, the top 5 that's there is going to be there no matter what. You know what I mean? It's not because it's not like this is the first time we've ever thought about it. No, anyone that's listening out there, they've all have their list of fucking Star Wars hotties. You know, they all have. You know, we'll get to, I'm sure. Some of them, but anyway.
Man, you are vibrating like a motherfucker.
I know. I got to take that off the table because apparently you can hear that.
Yeah. All right.
That's the DOV group. So my number 4, right?
Yes.
So my number 4 is the TIE Pilot broad from the Plasma comic. So I was looking for was the fucking name. She's basically nameless.
Yeah, I don't think she had a name. I think she had a designation. Oh yeah, Pilot. That's what she kept calling her.
She just called her Pilot.
Yeah.
So, but just to satisfy, like this was like when Jason and I did the Plasma comic, like I talked about this broad a lot, right? It's just like,
well, first of all, she's a TIE fighter pilot,
swing, and fucking just like
she was depicted pretty fucking hot. Like, so
I mean, here's that picture that I brought up with like when Plasma is like shooting her from behind, like
or Phasma, whatever you want to call her,
whatever Plasma shooting her from behind there.
Yeah. She kind of had the short dark hair and she looked good.
It was
whoever drew her very, very well.
It did indeed. There was just a good depiction of, first of all, like, you know, female TIE pilot was cool in and of itself, and I think the, you know, not again Women's History Month. Trying to make some sort of reference there that I correlation. Sorry, but it's not happening. Sorry, like they're so not connected.
Yeah,
right. The sexualization of women is so not connected to Women's History Month. Although,
well, we've made that connection here on the All Things Star Wars podcast.
Yes, we have. So but then there's like all the Captain Marvel stuff. You know, would Captain Marvel be anything without the without some blonde fucking pilot?
Just taking a step backwards real quick. Isaac Sipe wanted to reiterate that Ventress is also from Clone Wars. So again, yet another thing since we've dogged the Clone Wars that we've said about, there's a good one over when she first gets out of there. They're getting into their outfits. So anyway, she said, this is right where it said, this is what I was struggling to find. It's Plasma says, I will call you Pilot. You will continue to call me Captain. Of course, Captain. Yeah.
So anyway.
All right. So my number 4?
Your number 4.
All right. I'm going with Kira from Solo. So
shocking. I knew it. You know what? What would be better about these lists is if we had secondary lists and say and put bets on who was going to be on it.
We should have done that.
We should have for our next top whatever list. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. We'll do a fucking side list and we'll place
see how
bets
accurate you are. All right, I like it. But yeah, Kira, Emilia Clarke, fucking beautiful. Originally from Game of Thrones, obviously, which Dave does not like. But honestly, I like her so much more as a brunette. Like she's a blonde in Game of Thrones.
Right.
never
Well, it's
really
like
did.
she's like a platinum blonde.
Yeah, never did anything for me. But every time I see her as a brunette, I'm like, oh. And Solo was no exception. But I also reiterated that I like her better at the beginning of Solo when she was still just like a fucking like a bum.
Like a street rat.
Yeah, and not the the gangster's whore, basically.
Yeah,
So
which she was all made up and shit
Yeah.
like that.
and all like branded and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I liked her a lot better in the beginning of Solo when she was, Han's girl and they were trying to get off the planet and all that stuff. And they had the fucking the fuel. What was it? The fuel. The whole fucking movie was about. It had a name. Fuck. Anyway, Emilia Clarke, Kira.
Okay.
Super
I have no
hot.
idea what the fuel was.
Yeah, I like her.
You
A
said
lot.
fuel, and I like the Metallica song popped in my head. Like, give me fuel.
No, because everything is about fuel in Star Wars
Give
now.
me fire. Stop it.
So
Jesus Christ.
my number 3
You're number 3.
after Dave stops vibrating. So
It's not stopping, and I put it in my lap too. So
now, one thing that we decided before we made these lists was if we were going to have people that were from trilogies, like women that were in all 3 movies of a trilogy, we had to specify which movie that we're talking about.
right.
Because my next entry is Leia, but it is Leia from The Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
I know this might be a little controversial, but I actually prefer the Leia in Empire Strikes Back over the Return of the Jedi Leia. I know everybody goes crazy for the fucking metal bikini, which she's got a nice figure in that, but I find something
her coke body
a lot more appealing about like her attire. Like I wouldn't say it's a more conservative dress, but I don't know. It's tough to say about the way she dresses, like in the beginning when they're on Hoth, and then when they go to Cloud City. She dresses nice, but the thing that
I don't like her hair in Cloud City.
I did.
Did you? Yeah, I was like, look, everything can't be fucking peaches and roses here. We can't. Look, we gotta. For the sake of banter, I'm going to say that I didn't like her hair in Clone City.
Yeah.
Or in Cloud City.
Yeah, with like the loops and everything with the braids.
I wasn't about it.
See, that was why I didn't pick her in Return of the Jedi, because I hated her fucking hair when she was on the Ewok village, when it was like that long fucking frizzy hair going down her ass. And, I'm like, oh, God, no. So, but yeah, and also her character in Empire, she had that fucking Spitfire attitude, always challenging Han. You're gonna attack them, and
that's how you sound.
You're gonna attack them.
I can't do Peter Griffin.
And but at the same time, she was also vulnerable, and the whole relationship thing with her and Han kind of, I think it just added more sex appeal to Leia for Empire Strikes Back as opposed to Return of the Jedi. So that is my number 3.
Hang on, I gotta answer. They would probably like her Game of Thrones character, at least looking at her. It's like, yes, I've seen her on the
Rhydonium. That's not right.
No, it's not Rhydonium. That's and we're talking about Solo.
Yeah, come on, Isaac. You're normally on top of this shit.
Yeah, we're talking about Solo, Han Solo.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 3, C-3PO, is not C-3PO.
That would be pretty funny, though.
It would be funny.
I'd have a lot of questions. I'd have a lot of follow-up,
especially since he's on my top 5 list of characters I hate.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Aayla Secura.
Yeah.
Now this is me we're talking about here. There had to be a Twi'lek,
of course,
on my list.
Yep.
Right.
And we're talking the Jedi now.
Yes. So this is the Jedi, and I think more so than there's a couple of Twi'leks that are represented like in my Star Wars world that that are definitely on the list. Like Ula is not necessarily one of them,
right? But she was like the first Twi'lek really that we were exposed to.
And since I'm talking about the Twi'leks now, it was like in Return of the Jedi, like her boobs are flying to fuck around.
Yeah,
like it's really just like, wow, what is going on up there?
Yeah,
like they weren't tied down for nothing. Like Twi'lek side boob in fucking Return of the Jedi for a lot of kids. With Leia sitting up, up there at some point,
like half naked on Jabba's lap.
Fucking Jabba's pimping, man.
Yeah,
or human trafficking, one or the other, but
probably both.
I think Sakura was because she was short. I'm talking about too on Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
So I guess even in Revenge of the Sith too, because you get like a good when she's with the clone troopers right before they execute Order 66.
Yeah, you get that one shot of
She's
her.
got giant fucking like she's like Twi'lek.
She had huge.
She's blue. She's
Treks
blue.
red.
I prefer the blue, right? Because Hera might have made my list.
Well, she's
spoiler alert, she's not on my list.
She's green skinned and she's got no chest.
But
like
she's
Hera's
sporty.
flat-chested.
She's sporty though.
I guess.
But drawn well, I think. But I'm partial to blue Twi'leks.
Sure.
Like
sure.
my the fucking sidekick whose name fucking hang on.
Oh, Vet.
Vet, yes, Vet.
Yeah.
But I think that's more of a proximity thing as much with Vet. It's almost like, it's like a prison thing. Like you're really, really trying. But yeah, so like I think just from the movies when you on the big screen, like just representation of like, hey, it's a beautiful Twi'lek woman, with giant boobs, and so she makes the list. Makes my number 3.
Nice.
Makes my number 3. And honestly, she makes my number 3. She's in there because it's like kind of a representation of all the Twi'leks.
Yeah.
So again, spoiler alert.
Nice.
That's if you have half a brain, you'd figure out what my top 2 are.
So you're number 2.
Is it my number 2?
Yep.
Fuck. All that lead in. Holy fuck, my phone's blowing up.
What is wrong with you?
That's fucking people getting Q3'd all over the place, and so the DV chat's going nuts. All right, my number 2.
Yeah.
I want you to take a guess. I want you to guess what my number 2 is.
You haven't mentioned Leia or Padme.
Right.
I'm gonna guess Leia, and am I guessing movie also?
Sure.
I'm guessing Jedi Leia.
Wrong. So my number 2 is Attack of the Clones Padme.
Okay.
White outfit, with the fucking shirt scraped off
in the
her
arena
when she's like climbing up on the fucking up on the top of the stick thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. That is Natalie Portman at her hottest. She's fit as a fiddle, like getting up there. That is like.
So you like the fit look? You like?
I like the fit,
kind of athletic.
Yes.
Yes. Right. I can respect that.
That was like when I saw that in the theater, I was like, wow, she looks fucking just amazing.
Yeah.
In that. So
nice.
Yeah, that's my number 2.
All right, I can respect that, and I think we're gonna talk about that again here in a minute.
So spoilers.
My number 2, Aayla Secura. So, and now my favorite representation of her is from the Clone Wars. Again, Clone Wars, guys. Everybody loves the Clone Wars. No, man, the way they drew her in fucking Clone Wars. Her with her fucking tits and they're like that tank top she was wearing was like mashing them up, and
it's true.
You're just like, I'm like, this is a show for kids,
because
right now this is a show for me.
That is true. That is, I forgot about that representation because I was really only thinking about the movie. But
fucking Clone Wars, man. She was, and she had that kind of like French accent almost, and yeah, man, I was all fucking in.
They don't need any speaking parts.
Yeah, Aayla Secura in Clone Wars. Yeah, that's where it's at right there. And then everything else you said about Twi'leks and hotness, and
yes,
and my only note here was boobs in big capital
boobs.
Letters. So
big. No, what's the Chappelle? What he does the Great New York boobs. He like does that thing where he's all up and girls talking about their boobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's hang on. Let's Alima Rar, the bug slut.
What?
Okay. Isaac Sipes got weird tastes. Don's checking out. Going to see Weezer. Nice. Yep. Nice. Are they going to do Africa? Probably.
Yeah.
So sick of that fucking song.
Yeah.
I like Weezer, but goddamn, I don't need to hear that fucking song again. Ever in my life.
They play it at my gym a lot.
I got to Africa.
The Toto version is far superior anyway. Sidebar. I think we've talked about this on the show before. Or no, I think I talked about it on Project VCR. So Toto, you know the band Toto that sang the original version of Africa? Their lead singer is John Williams' son.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
You did mention that on the other podcast.
Yeah. So anyway, Fun fact. All
I
right.
catch the rain.
Are we ready for my number one?
Well, I want to see something.
All right.
Bronco Fett did boobs on upside down on his calculator.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Well, nicely done. The Twi'lek from Legends. Gotcha. Okay. So Scott Rasmussen says Dave's number one is Leia episode 4, No Underwear in Space. That's my guess. That's Scott
Okay.
Rasmussen.
All right.
Scott Rasmussen, you win.
What? Well,
Because-
first of all, it's my number one that we're on, but I
Oh,
guess
it's my number one.
All right,
I thought it
go
was
ahead.
my number one.
no, it was. I did my number 2, and then we were supposed to go to my number 1, and then to your number.
No,
1.
I'm doing my number one because Scott Rasmussen, you guessed it. It's
Ah.
fucking Leia. It's Leia. in New
episode
Hope.
4, Leia.
Episode
huh?
4 Leia. Look, it was so, all right, let's face it. When we were 6, 7 years old, or however old we were, is going to see Jedi,
Mhm.
Leia in a bikini really wasn't. I just girls in general, like it wasn't really
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like-
it wasn't on our radar.
like for the parents that were probably there were like, wow, look, she's in a bikini. Like you really
Yeah.
weren't expecting it, and the side boob from Willa, I didn't appreciate that till much later.
Mhm, mhm.
Right. So, but when I did see Star Wars, like, and I was able to watch Star Wars like whenever I wanted to watch it,
Mhm.
like, because there was a point as a kid where like we didn't have access. Look at all these fucking screens that
Yeah.
we could watch Star Wars on right now.
Yeah.
We can watch Star Wars right now on 5, 6 different screens, 7, including the giant one back there.
Mhm.
We
I
can
bet I
watch-
could even get it going on my watch if I really tried.
We can watch fucking Star Wars. It's fucking amazing time that we live in.
Yeah.
But back in the day, if you had a copy of it on VHS, you're like, fuck, I feel like watching Star Wars. Blink. If
Mhm.
you had the TV to yourself, the TV, because usually there's only one. If you
Mhm.
had another TV, you certainly didn't have another VCR.
Yep.
So by the time I could start watching Star Wars on my own, I would watch at New Hope. And Leia in her just in all white, her tits bouncing around as she's walking up to fucking confront fucking I wanted to say Tito.
Tito.
That's,
That's-
it's Tito.
That's just Tito.
Who the fuck is Tito?
Dave's
Oh my
losing it.
god. No, fucking Moff Tarkin. Like, and it's I don't where the fuck did Tito come from? Oh,
he doesn't
Jesus.
respect anything.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly. Well, at least it was a Star Wars reference.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
so when
anyway,
she's walking up to Tarkin,
when she's walking up to Tarkin, and like when she's in the cell, I think when she's in the cell is the best
Oh,
because
she's
she's like
laying on
laid
her
on her
side.
side like this. She's like drawing me like one of your French girls.
yeah,
Just like that kind of angle. Like that, and then she's super aggressive, and she's like, really, she's aggressive. Yeah, she's like, all this other stuff. And then at the end in the throne room scene. I mean, let's face it, my biggest raging hard on for fucking Star Wars is when I hear that fucking music.
Yeah.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. And I think she is absolutely hottest when she is just like she's kind of reaching over and just draping the fucking awards onto Luke and Han. Like she's got her tits all pushed out and she's just like this. And it's just so fucking just like, oh God. It's just that for me, her in episode 1 just does it.
Yeah.
And there's look, she didn't even make the list for fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
Like this here, while appealing, I think as an adult, like she got a weird, her like something's wrong with her neck.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Anyway, like she doesn't have a neck. Doesn't it look like she doesn't have a neck?
Yeah. And you know what? I think that's a generational thing, like you said, because we were 6, 7 years old when Jedi came out.
So breast bikinis really weren't a thing. Like,
right.
Do you know when I'm stalling or ruining whatever your number one, but do you remember the show? It was on G3, the channel of G3, the fucking shit. It was basically a nerd show.
Yeah.
Had Olivia Munn.
Yeah. And I think it was G4, not G3.
G4. It was on G4. Like it had an upgrade from a G3.
Yeah, it had Olivia Munn, fucking Morgan Webb.
Like Olivia Munn in the fucking Leia outfit. Like Jesus Christ. It was just fucking spectacular. Well,
yeah. To the Google.
To the interwebs, where here we are witnessing let's see, Olivia. You guys out there have had to have seen this. Olivia Munn Leia. So wait, Slave Leia. Slave. That was one of my favorite shows, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Like I just thought because it was real funny. It was Attack of the Show. That's what it was called. Attack of the Show. And let's see, images. Kind of bringing it up here. And let's just take a moment to appreciate.
Holy shit. God damn.
So Google Olivia Munn Slave Leia, and you will not be disappointed if you if you maybe you're not old enough to remember the Attack of the Show, but she wore that on air. And oh, by the way, like she also not in that outfit, but she like did this whole thing where like while you're googling that, first Google Olivia Munn Slave Leia. Okay, take a few moments, build the file footage up. Then Google Olivia Munn probably pudding or Olivia Munn Attack of the Show pudding. She dives headlong into this fucking like baby pool full of pudding.
Nice.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's a must watch. Anyway, but that's like we can appreciate Slave Leia, getting back to the whole point, in like Olivia Munn dressed as Slave Leia, you know, as much as looking at Return of the Jedi, because we kind of know as adults, like she was kind of a cokehead, like she wasn't as pure. I agree with you. I think that Empire Leia is probably one of the hotter ones. That'd probably be like out of the three movies, Leia is, you know, second hottest in that, you know, close to second with The Last Jedi, obviously. Obviously, because let's face it, floating Leia in space is just the hottest thing ever. I'm having an aneurysm, by the way. But anyway, so that my number one, Scott Rasmussen guessed it. Nice. Number Leia. But god damn it. Just after you've watched Olivia Munn in the throne room and in the pudding and everything else, and you've cleaned up, then just watch the throne room scene and just watch how just watch it for how she puts the medals on, and just tell me there's not something erotic about it.
Nice.
And so that just does it for me.
She's putting on a condom. Kind of.
I don't know. It's like it's just like anyway.
All right, so
I'll be back. I gotta go.
Yeah. My number one, it's Olivia Munn in the Slave Leia outfit. I changed my list at the last minute. No, my number one, it's Padme in Attack of the Clones. By far the sexiest woman ever in fucking Star Wars was Padme in Attack of the Clones. And it wasn't just the white athletic outfit in the arena scene. For me, the real one was when Anakin's standing on that fucking balcony after having the nightmare about his mom, and Padme walks up to him in the fucking nightgown.
The nightgown.
And her hair's all done up. She's wearing like full fucking makeup already, and she's in that fucking nightgown. And I'm just like, oh my God. But, you know, aside from that, there's also the fireside outfit. The fucking black. Can't must focus. The black outfit she was wearing, where her fucking tits are all messed up.
See, the problem I have with that is that the robot fucking chicken. It's like, I'm a princess and a senator. And she's like fucking doing the dirty dancing thing. She's pouring water on her fucking self. I just that completely like annihilates that scene for me, and I just can't do it.
But that's not my favorite. My favorite is the nightgown on the balcony. Jesus Christ, man, that's not right. But yeah, like her. Easily, Natalie Portman in Attack of the Clones, hottest fucking chick in Star Wars ever, aside from Olivia Munn in the Slave Leia outfit.
Google it, you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, and you had her on your list. She was number one on mine. I have a couple of honorable mentions.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So, one, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention L3. One of our loyal listeners in our private Facebook group said, if L3 is not on this list, then I'm out. So, yes, I will give a shout out to L3. In all seriousness, fun character. And the whole line with how does that work? It works. You know,
Yeah, it works.
It's very intriguing in a somewhat erotic way. But my other real honorable mention is, oh my god.
Sorry, I'm deliberately distracting Jason here
with pictures of Olivia Munn. Is Rey from
everything
Force Awakens,
right?
More than Last Jedi. And you know, we've talked shit about Last Jedi a lot. I had no issue with Rey in The Last Jedi. For fuck's sake, dude. What are you doing, man? But I just didn't like her appearance in that. She had a very strange appearance in the movie. I hated her hair throughout the whole fucking thing. Her hair always looked weird. There were some scenes where her face looked really fat, but then some scenes where her body looked so like fucking sickly. It's like, oh my god, eat a fucking sandwich. But in Force Awakens, I think she looked great, even though she was still kind of thin, but she was like super athletic. And we watched a lot of her like training videos.
Oh yeah, God, the shit she was doing.
Yeah,
like to prepare for that
like
was
all kinds of CrossFit and shit, and like she's like
throwing stuff around. Yeah,
she's a fucking beast when it comes to that. And yeah, very athletic. And yeah, I found her very attractive. Like I think Daisy Ridley's a very very attractive woman, and I think she looked pretty good in Force Awakens, though not enough to crack the top 5.
Yeah, and to be honest, she probably deserved to be on my top 5. But I think I like Daisy Ridley's character because of, again, it really kind of comes down to one scene for me, and that scene doesn't really necessarily have any sexiness to it. It's the presentation of the scene. It's the fucking music. It's the, you know, when the lightsaber flies in her hand. That's like, you get that goosebumpy feeling and everything else. That has nothing to do with sexiness. It just has everything to do with impact.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas Leia putting the fucking medals on the boys, it's just fucking erotic.
Yeah.
I had others that deserve mention too, but I didn't write them down, so that's going to make it weird to try and bring up.
Yeah, we know about your memory, so don't strain yourself.
God damn it. Damn it.
So, but yeah, there are a lot of attractive women out there in the Star Wars universe. These are just our top 5. If you want to share your top 5 with us, join the All Things Star Wars private Facebook group. It's the All Things Star Wars Sidebar Cantina. Search that up on Facebook. Join if we decide that we like you. If you meet the vetting credentials or criteria, then we will.
We need to put questions on there. In fact, I'm going to try and work on that tonight. Okay. Actually, we need to get questions up on there.
You can follow us on Instagram at All Things. Hang on. At All Things Star Wars Pod. You can hit us on Twitter at All Things SW Pod. And like our page on Facebook. Also, just search All Things Star Wars on Facebook, and for fuck's sake, subscribe to both the audio wherever you get audio podcasts and our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search All Things Star Wars.
Yeah, the goal for this year is about the Jaina. Oh, that's true.
Jaina Solo.
No, the game that sucks, Battlefront 2.
Oh, you mean Iden? Oh, Iden.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Iden Versio.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That came from the chat.
Yep, she's pretty hot.
There is, and there's a lot that we're forgetting just because, you know, we're focusing on the top 5. God, there was a good one. I had a good one before we fucking sign off. I had a fucking good one. They're asking on the chat about the character of the week. Did we do one?
We did not do one this week. And
character of the week is Olivia Munn.
Yeah,
in the fucking Slave Leia outfit.
And we won't be doing one next week because we've got refugees here, and we'll have plenty of content to fill the gap.
Maybe we will. God damn, Dave, fucking memory.
This is gonna sound fucking awesome for the audio. I think you just let it go, man. Just be like Frozen, let it go.
All right, yeah, it's not coming.
Speaking of Disney animated movies, did you see the Toy Story 4 trailer?
I did not.
Yeah, it just dropped this morning, I think. Yeah, I think it dropped this morning. Yeah, it's all right.
I was so distraught after like Toy Story 3. I really
Really?
was like, because we've talked about this before. I was one of those kids that like I felt bad if like some toys got played with and others didn't. I was just one of those kids where I like I put there's a psychological thing that's associated with it that I remember studying at one point, but it's like, oh, I play with this stuff too much and this stuff isn't getting played with, so then I feel bad about that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's like probably the seed that makes hoarders, because they like, oh, I can't throw this away because
I might need it someday.
yeah, there's like this emotional attachment to it. Oh fuck, I know what I need to talk about. No shit. Before we sign off, so my week in Star Wars, we're going back to my week in Star Wars.
Okay.
I remembered the we were doing something. We had like a little get together for something for Lodge, just the girls are getting together for like a planning meeting. And one of my Lodge brothers, his wife is a super collector of Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing about all this, like the amazing collection.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at their house. I'm like, I need to see this. I've been hearing about it. I need to fucking see it. And they're like, well, we're in the process of like moving stuff because I'm going to actually set up a different room and everything. I was like, I don't care. I fucking need to see it.
Yeah.
Her thing is BB-8s. You have never seen so many BB-8s.
That was the picture you sent me?
That was the picture.
I didn't realize that was somebody you knew. I thought that was something you just pulled off of like fucking
I was
the internet.
there. I was fucking there, dude. If you took everything you see here, everything, all this wall space, all of that, right? Her room is not quite as big as this, but 3/4 of it was covered with Star Wars stuff, right? And this corner from air conditioner to like fucking out here was all BB-8s. Every fucking BB-8 you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Like Japanese versions of ones that were never released in the United States. She's got the life-size one that fucking rolls around and responds to your voice.
Holy shit.
She's got the little one. She's got the big one. She's got this giant fucking one that was like, I don't know, there was something and they turned into a fucking lamp. So picture that with a giant BB-8 fucking like head on it. Excuse me. All the fucking BB-8s. And apparently like her collection is it's over 300, like potentially up to 500 BB-8s in this collection. Unfucking believable.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable. And she had like she had a nice collection of Star Wars diecast stuff. Like she liked diecast stuff. She was also into Batman, like 1966 Batman. She had 1966 Batman stuff on the wall.
That's cool.
A lot of Jay and Silent Bob stuff. Like she's big into Kevin Smith.
Sweet.
She has a bunch of signed shit about that. That's.
And who is this person again?
This is a Lodge brother. His wife.
Okay.
And she has all this stuff. It's fucking amazing.
Incredible.
Now I don't want to say their names or anything because I don't want to like without their permission talk about it.
Yeah. Let me know if anything ever happens to him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. This fucking collection, and apparently once she gets it set up into this other room, it's gonna be like you get to see everything, because I didn't even get to see the picture I sent you of that small space with like that is nothing but BB-8s, everything. They have shit in boxes that they've packed up to move already. Wow. Like, so that's not even the full collection of it.
Holy hell.
If it weren't for the edict, then I would have something like that.
Like TIE fighters.
Like with TIE fighters and everything else. I would have everything you could possibly imagine. The Japanese versions, every Lego version, every put out, all the dark fucking series figures, all of it. If it wasn't for the edict. And you know what? Thank God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That sounds expensive.
Holy shit. But yeah, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this. Just insane, just absolutely insane. Like to be an adult, like that is the ultimate adulting. Is like having funds to like buy. I really like this. I'm going to buy all of it.
Yeah.
And it just so happens this person has this obsession, and it's with BB-8s, and it's Star Wars.
Yeah, that's incredible.
She also has these little die-cast helmets.
Yeah,
like the Stormtrooper helmet. I think I showed you that picture.
Oh yeah.
Like little die-cast helmets. I must have these. I must have the fucking helmets because I thought they were plastic. I went and picked up their fucking die-cast. The fucking Stormtrooper helmet. It's die-cast. It's like this big. you know, like the little. Remember, you get little football helmets.
Yeah.
Plastic foam helmets. It's like that. Only
Awesome.
they're die-cast Stormtrooper helmets.
That's cool. You know what else we forgot to talk about?
What?
Fucking as of this morning, 12:02 a.m., Disney now owns Fox.
That's right. Why 12:02?
I don't know.
It's weird.
That's just what the fucking article said that I read. But yeah, Disney now owns Fox.
That is actually kind of big. We kind of missed that.
Yeah. So maybe we'll table that discussion until next
So
episode.
bring the guys in on that.
Yeah, and you know, we'll discuss what this means for Star Wars and the greater Disney empire. But yeah, that's huge. And obviously no news has come from this yet because we don't know what the fuck. Like Disney's like, okay, now we got all this shit. Now we need to fucking figure out what the fuck.
They've got plans. You know they have plans.
Yeah.
And I think the Disney streaming service is where we're going to see the genesis of a lot of this stuff. Like as things start to come out, and stories start to unfold, I think that's where I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we're ever going to see like a re-release of the originals. I really don't.
Man, see, you had to fucking spoil.
And I know you put it on Facebook, and that's what everybody wants, right? Because we had half an episode about this, about the Fox buyout.
Because God forbid they actually give us what we fucking want.
I had the fucking stock thing that they sent us stockholders.
We've been talking about this for like a year and a half.
Read that all out. I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. And this is, maybe it's just me being just a pessimist about it, so that I'm not disappointed. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think there's going to be great content. I think we're going to see things that maybe we otherwise weren't going to see. Maybe they put it out on the streaming service.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they do that. But I think that I just don't see it.
That would be a huge fucking selling point for that streaming service.
Yeah, it would. Like, oh, you want to see the fucking theatrical version of fucking Star Wars? Pay all of the money per month.
Yeah, $19.99 a month, and it can be yours.
Yeah, and I would do it.
That would be fucking brilliant, actually.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah,
I would do that just to fucking, because you know that shit's going to be out there. As much Star Wars content as they're going to put out on that fucking thing. They might as well have their own Star Wars streaming fucking channel. They could do it. Just run the movies 24 hours a day, and then interject it with
Clone Wars and Rebels and fucking Resistance.
Plenty of content. Plenty of content.
The Ewok Adventure, all of that stuff.
Thank God I bought the DVDs off eBay last year.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. We're done. We've gone well over what we had intended to go. So we've already plugged everything. So I say we just fucking close it out because Dave's got to go eat dinner and I've got to go get some sleep. So
I got to pee too.
Yeah. So until the refugees get here, Dave, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Okay, now what do I click?